Welcome to episode 8 of From A to Global Z. I'm your host, Dr. Bill Lord. I've spent most of the first 7 episodes discussing how to produce high quality audio productions for as little cost as possible. Episode 8 takes us down another path and allows me to get a bit more conceptual, but before we go there, it's mic talk time. And today we're featuring an incredibly popular mic that's been around for a number of years, the MXL 990 large diaphragm condenser microphone. This beefy boy has a cardioid polar pattern. It's considered to be a Swiss Army knife kind of a mic in that it's designed to record lots of stuff really well. It was one of the first quality microphones to get the cost down to a level where almost any working musician could afford one. Street price these days is commonly below 100 USD, but you can frequently find it on sale. And today I did a search and immediately found it for $69.99, which includes shipping. The mic has quite a bit of heft to it and ships with a plastic storage case, metal shock mount, and a mic stand adapter. And for $100, it's definitely worth a listen. By the way, MXL is another one of those companies that strives to make quality gear for relatively affordable prices. They have over 50 different mics on the market. You should give them a look. Now back to our main event. We explore why Global Z is designed to record and, frankly, conduct all of our business virtually. I first started working for universities in the 1990s and also started working on my master's degree during that same time. When I decided to pursue my master's in educational technologies with a concentration in distance education, the field of internet-based distance teaching and learning was in its infancy. And in fact, my master's degree was one of the first degrees to be offered 100% online. Honestly, I debated as to whether it was a good idea to acquire an all-online degree, as there was no data available as to how employers would respond to an online program. Would universities equally accept the credentials that were associated with an online degree? And after much reflection, I speculated that online degrees were the way of the future, and getting an online degree early, especially one that had a focus in distance education, would pay dividends professionally. Now, fortunately, I was right. The professor who was in charge of my program was groundbreaking in his thinking in more ways than one. He designed the program so that it would be taught jointly by professors from around the world, and we as students would learn alongside students from around the world as well, and the experience was incredible. And we were using cutting edge technologies like webcams and learning management systems, and back then that was cutting edge. All this totally blew my mind and provided a transformational experience that would define my professional career. I recall how the program director had us try communicating using a wide array of computer-mediated technologies in real time and non-real time, and to me, the most exciting technology of all was the webcam. I could see and talk with someone on the other side of the world with only a 2-second lag, and not only could I hear the tonal inflection in their voices, I could see their facial expressions and read their body language. The image quality back then wasn't great, the audio wasn't great, and once in a while, the video signal would hose up. But at that time, being able to communicate with total strangers from another country and culture in real time with all this rich information was truly exciting. Now, over the years I spent on my master's and doctoral degrees, I learned alongside people from India, Poland, Sweden, Germany, Russia, Sri Lanka, China, Morocco, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Denmark, Nepal, Portugal, Iran, Kenya, and other fascinating faraway places. And in some cases, through the webcam, I could see the surrounding environments in which they lived. I met some family members, and I heard sounds that were foreign to me. And of course, we talked about school-related stuff, but we also discussed what it was like to live where we live. And each one of us then became a native cultural ambassador, teaching and learning about where we were from, what it was like to live where we lived. It was really eye-opening and at times very humbling. Often it was intriguing and joyous, and at times it was sad, but unquestionably it was educationally and holistically amazing. Here's what I learned. Well, actually I learned a great deal, but this in particular was a big takeaway. We must always remember we're all related. No matter where we're from, we all want to be loved, have joy, want to be in a safe place. We want to be treated with respect and dignity, and we want to belong. We all want peace. And here's something truly exciting I heard over and over again. If a group of total strangers from different cultures and borders that are worlds apart can get together and build bonds of friendship and community, Why is there so much war and turmoil? This was tremendously uplifting and moving. I'd like to tell another story, and at one college that I worked at, I was known to be a champion for building international collaborative partnerships. A colleague with a similar heart and mind invited me to partner with her to bring together students from a junior college in Germany with a class of local high school seniors. The towns these schools were from were formally recognized as sister cities, and by this time I had extensive knowledge and experience working internationally with computer-mediated communications, and as a result helped bring the two schools together through our college campus technologies. The conversations that took place between the students were remarkable, and the bond between the two campuses became very strong. And at the end of the semester, the US-based students flew to Germany to meet their newly developed friends and immerse themselves in German culture. The following year, a team of German students came to the US to visit their US friends. So as a result of this experience, bonds were strengthened not only between the students, faculty, administrators, and schools, but the bonds between the sister cities were strengthened as well. Over the years, I've come to realize, and the research literature supports my personal findings, internet-based computer communications can be used to bring people of difference together. When a group of people who share a concern or a passion for something, and they work collaboratively on this passion, they learn how to address that concern, task, or project as a team. This develops what's called a community of practice. Now, as a musician, I've been in a variety of bands, and from that perspective, it has also occurred to me bands and or music has the ability to bring people of difference together. It's a universal language and bridge builder. This is also supported by scholarly literature. What then if I could use music as a foundation, as the hook for bringing people of difference together? What if music could be used as a foundation from which to build new systems of support, build new communities, and create intercultural global friendships, all while creating music? And what if this could be done over the internet so that we can potentially open this opportunity up to the entire world? That, my friends, is how Global Z was born. So now we circle back to address the answer to the question posed at the start of this episode: why virtual audio production? By running our projects using internet-based computer-mediated communication and audio production technologies, we open up our projects to a literal world of possibilities. And theoretically, we can have one project that involves 10 student musicians from Papua New Guinea, Siberia, Indonesia, Algeria, Belgium, Finland, Uruguay, Newfoundland, Dominica, and South Dakota. Just think about the richness of conversations and the discovery that could occur from such a gathering. Think about how the cultures might contribute to a fusion of influences and how these influences might transfer over into an original music production. Think of the lessons people from these worlds could teach each other, and then how we might pass these lessons on and insights on to the rest of the world. That is what we do at Global Z. This can all be achieved by virtual technologies effectively, affordably, and efficiently. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and it has shed light as to why we're excited to be working from a virtual platform. For episode 9, I will talk about the phased approach we apply to our projects, why we take this approach, and how one phase differs from the next. Come join us for an extended inside look. Until then, wishing you peace through music, I'm Bill Lord.